Okay, so we're going to work on equations with the variables on both sides, um, or on the same side, actually. Let me correct that. So basically, let's just say, excuse me there, we're just going to do, these are what we call multi-step. So I got ahead of myself. These are multi-step equations. I apologize. And we're actually combining like terms. Sorry about that. I got ahead of myself there. Okay. So what I want you to do is do some examples, do these examples with me. Okay. All right. So if we look at example 1, got negative 10x plus 9x equals 12. Okay. So what I want you to do is still draw your line. Okay. Now, if we look over here on the left side of the line, what we'll notice is that we have two terms that have an X and they're on the same side of the line. So since they're on the same side of the line that we drew, we can combine those, okay? And we combine them the way that we see it. Left to right, negative 10 plus 9. So negative 10 plus 9 is negative 1x. So we just combine those and put those together. Then we bring down the 12. Okay. Now we got it to a one step. And now we do what we've been doing all along. Divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. That cancels. And I get x equals negative 12. Okay. Let's do another one. Example number 2. Get negative 6y minus 2y equals 16. And again, we're going to draw our line. When we draw our line, that divides our problem up. So let's look and see what we have. And notice that we have a term of 6y and 2y on the same side of the line. So since they're on the same side of the line, I get to combine those. Okay, that means I'm going to put them together. So if you're using your calculator, you'll put negative 6 minus 2. Negative 6 minus 2. That gives me negative 8y. Then I bring this down, equals 16. And then now I have it to a one step. And how do I solve this? Divide by negative 8. Divide by negative 8. That cancels. I get y equals negative 2. All right. So look at number 3. I have 6x plus 5x equals negative 11. So again, I'm going to draw my line. And what do I notice? On the same side of the line, I have a term of 6x and a term of 5x. So since they're on the same side, I can combine them. That's important because they're on the same side. I can combine them. So 6 plus 5 is 11. So I got 11x equals negative 11. So now my last thing to do is divide by 11. Divide by 11. That cancels. I get x equals negative 1. Because negative 11 divided by 11 is negative 1. Okay? Let's look at another example. what was the, okay, I get 4x plus 6 plus 3 equals 17. So again, I draw my line through the equal sign. Now let's pay close attention, because what I have now, I still have the same thing with like terms, but I only have one term with an x, with a variable. But I have 6 and 3, which we call constants. All right, they're numbers that stand alone. They're constants, but they're like terms. So I get to combine this. I get to combine them because they're like terms and they're on the same side of the line that I drew. They're on the same side of the equal sign. So I get to combine those. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this down. And 6 plus 3 is 9. It's a positive 9. And all that equals 17. Well, now, this is a two-step equation I'm solving. So minus 9, minus 9. That cancels. Now I have 4x equals 8. Now my last step, divide by 4. Divide by 4. That cancels. X equals 2. Okay. Okay, let's do another one like that. So I have y minus 2 plus 3 equals negative 2. Again, draw your line. What do I notice? On the same side of the equal sign, these two are constants, so I can combine them. Now, what I want to do is I'm putting a box around everything there. So notice how the box went around that negative or that minus sign. So if I'm using my calculator, I'm going to type that in the way I see it. It would be negative 2 plus 3. Negative 2 plus 3. So first thing I'm going to do is bring my y down. So I have y. And then negative 2 plus 3 is a positive 1. And all that equals negative 2. Well, now I'm just doing my two-step work. Minus 1, minus 1. And it cancels. I get y equals negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. And there's my answer. Okay. Look at example number 6. I have 18 equals 3 parentheses 3x minus 6. Okay. Now, this is kind of, this one is more of a review of what we just did the other day. Maybe yesterday. Should be anyway. I'm going to draw my line here. So what am I doing? I'm getting rid of the parentheses by distributing. Okay. So 3 times 3 is 9. So I have 9x. And then 3 times 6 is negative 18, because that minus there takes that. And I bring my 18 down. Okay. So now, as you know, add 18. Add 18. Okay. That cancels. 18 plus 18 is 36 equals 9x. Okay. Now divide by 9. Divide by 9. 36 divided by 9 is 4. So x equals 4. So that one we should be okay with doing. Okay. All right. We'll do another one like that just because. So we get 30. Okay. So again, draw my line. Now I'm going to distribute. Pay attention to that -5. So -5 times 6x is -30x. And -5 times 6 is -30. Bring down my 30. So now I'm just doing my work here. And then my last step is to divide both sides by -30. Cancel. 60 divided by -30 is -2. And there we are there. Okay. We're going to do one more example. So 6 and 7 is what we done yesterday. Okay. And actually we did that last week as well. So just kind of mix it in there so you kind of see how things are flowing. We're going to do one more like the stuff we're doing today. I just want to kind of mix that in there for review. So I got 6x minus 1 plus 6x equals 11. So again, pay close attention. So I draw my line. Okay. And what you want to notice is that on the same side of the line, like we've been saying, I have this 6x and this 6x. They're on the same side. So since they're on the same side, remember that means I can combine them because they're on the same side. And I combine them the way that I see it from left to right. So 6x plus 6x. 6x plus 6x. Well, 6 plus 6 is 12. So it gives me 12x. And then I just bring that down. Minus 1 equals 11. Now I've got it to where I can do a two-step. Plus 1, plus 1. That cancels. So I got 12x equals 12. And then my last step, divide by 12. Divide by 12. That cancels. I get x equals 1. Okay. So now that you're taking notes, what I want you to do is back in Google Classroom. All right. You have a worksheet. I want you to complete that. Show your work on your own paper. Okay. And then have that for me. If you're a purple student, you can bring it tomorrow. If you are a gold student, you can leave it if you get finished in class, or you can bring it back on Thursday. Okay. Thanks.